YouTube? Pink ladies, T-birds, just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is Jimmi Pynk, and let's get up in this gig that we call Feud, Bette and Joan. Okay? Now, it's only right. I thought it was a mini-series. I thought, damn, I really ain't got no voice again. I thought that we were going to have like 3 or 4 episodes. I found out today it's 9. So the look goes as follows. I thought I was just going to wear this for like 3 videos. Now it's 9. So it may have to switch up. But I'm just giving you a little old Hollywood glamour, darling. And bitch, for those of y'all, my smokers out there, if you do smoke, and I actually watched the whole thing without smoking a cigarette. But them motherfuckers was making that shit look so good. So let's get up in this gig, baby. First of all, I just have to say, Jessica Lange and Susan Sarandon is acting their ass off in this. Do you hear me? They are acting their motherfucking ass off. They is getting it. I'm living. Couple things I found out today that I didn't know. I did not know what happened to Baby Jane. Like, I did not know Joan Crawford is who made that shit happen. I didn't know the movie was such low budget that they was doing their own makeup. Like, that shit's crazy. I'm like, I didn't know until the scene with Stanley Tucci that Bette Davis is, like he said, she was the one who put, you know, the chink in the armor. Like, that it wasn't the studio system anymore where you signed actors to contract. I can already tell I'm going to love this. First of all, and maybe because it's FX, and I don't really watch much on FX except for Atlanta and Archer, which ain't even on FX no more. I think it's on FXX. I did not know that they could cuss like that. I didn't heard. I remember from Breaking Bad on AMC, they was allowed to use 1 F-bomb a season. But this, you done called the woman a cunt. Motherfucking Bette Davis says fuck within like her first 5 minutes on fucking screen. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay. You want to play that way? Well, I'm down. You know, I never really realized it that much. But I guess to a point, I've always kind of emulated Joan Crawford and Bette Davis. Smoking, drinking, gives no fucks, talks like a dude. So, of course, you know, I'm all the way living for all of this. I really like this series. This was really well done. And I fucks with Ryan Murphy. I was a gleek for the first 2 seasons. I watched them all, but that shit got rough to watch. You know how I feel about my Scream Queens. I dig American Horror Story, even though I got back off of it more so because Jessica Lange wasn't on there no more. Yeah, that is not an even trade-off, by the way. It is not an even trade-off to go from Jessica Lange to Lady Gaga. Sorry, little monsters, that is not an even trade-off. Jessica Lange be acting her motherfucking face off. And then just the way they were going to the studios to get the film made, and they like, well, we need younger people to play it and all this stuff. And the whole point of the book was that they were Asian movie stars. How y'all gonna try to make it young people? We were trying to find something for Natalie Wood. Let's make it like Rear Window. It's from the neighbor's point of view. Like, And don't get me wrong, Hollywood is still like that because Ryan Murphy is one of the very few people to still cast older actresses. He one of the very few. You know, so even the Golden Girls, when the Golden Girls came out, this is just a gas episode, y'all. I'm sorry. But even the Golden Girls, like that was huge in the 80s because they had never had a sitcom that just had all older women in it. You can do it with dudes all day long. They won't do it with women. So, and that's why you have now this rash of these women in Hollywood that's 50 that look like they 25 because they wouldn't get parts if they didn't. And it's kind of sad. If you want to do a story that reflects real life, you need people to look like real life older people. I've always said that. And it's not a fat shaming thing. Come for me. I don't care. I've never been thin. But I've always felt it odd. I'm like, you're not supposed to be the same size you were in high school when you 50, when you 40. You're not supposed to. Your bones get more brittle. Things happen to you that you're supposed to put on weight with age. I'm not saying get obese, but you're not supposed to be the same size at 50 and 18. You're not supposed to. You're just not supposed to. That's not fucking natural. But anywho, I mean, not to say, Susan Sarandon and Jessica Lange don't look good. They do. But even they don't look the same as they did when they was 18. I just think this was really, really, really well done. And then fucking Hedda Harper. Was that her name, Hedda Harper? This bitch trying to stir up all the controversy, the original motherfucker troll. Like, that shit was motherfucking insane. And then the part that got me, like, I was into all of it. Like I said, I know of whatever happened to Baby Jane. As you can see if you watch any of my videos, it's either this West Side Story background, it's a Lolita poster, it's a Carmen Jones poster. I got a fucking Federico Fellini, La Dolce Vita, and Singing in the Rain in my hallway. Like, I like old Hollywood. But truth, I never seen what happened to Baby Jane. Never seen it. But I'm definitely going to now. It was just the story of how the movie came about. I'm glad I didn't do a lot of research on this before. I mean, I read a little bit about their feud. I knew of it. I have the Entertainment Weekly over there that was supposed to be my intro, and I forgot I had it out with them on the cover when they were talking about doing the show. But I didn't know, like, this was really, in more ways than one, a groundbreaking fucking movie. Outside of the fact that nobody had ever seen Bette Davis and Joan Crawford, who were probably the two biggest movie stars when they were younger. Think of them as, like, not right now, but a few years ago, let's say, they was like Katy Perry and Lady Gaga. Like, they were both huge, they were both stars, they had their own followers, they had their own fans. Just similar to, it's something. And I made a video about this a while ago, too, about the Beehive and the Navy. For whatever reason, people love to pit women against each other. Like, it can only be one. Even with this Nicki Minaj shit, when she was talking about, Nicki doing shit like, if you give her an award, I'm not showing up, or trying to keep her off of red carpets and shit. Why is there always, it can only be room for one? But back then, but that tea at the beginning, when Joan Crawford had got drunk because she was mad because Marilyn Monroe won the Golden Globe. Like, and Bette Davis, I love this scene. This was like my favorite scene when they finally like confronted each other. And she like, look, you don't like me, I don't like you. All right? But we both need this picture. I just need you to do your best work. Because when you're good, you're good. She was basically telling you like, bitch, you ain't me. I'm cold. I'm Meryl Streep out this bitch. I'm cold. But when you good, you good. Bring it. And then, you know, she was giving her the tea like, bitch, you a recluse that ain't been outside in 20 years. Lose the lipstick, lose the shoulder pads. Then she was mad because she was like, bitch, got on falsies underneath that robe. Like, and the best part was I would have never known that the whole look of Baby Jane was all Bette Davis's creation. Like, she put that together. Bitch. See, she wasn't afraid to get dirty. She wasn't afraid to get ugly. And Joan Crawford was. But she wasn't afraid to get ugly. And that's what they always said about her anyway. Like, she just had such, like, these gutsy performances that nobody else would dare to make themselves look like that. Also gotta say, I love seeing Sally from Mad Men. I am sorry. I do not know that actress's name. And even when I see it, I know that's her name, but I can't pronounce it. I was so happy to see her. Is she gonna be in all the episodes? Like, because I am living. And why is she not on Screen Queens? Maybe next season if they have one. Because, you know, Ryan Murphy loved working with the same people. It was good to see Catherine Zeta-Jones as Olivia de Havilland. It's always good to see Kathy Bates. That bitch just slay. I love her. Only thing I will say, but technically it's the same thing with Mad Men. I am not a big fan of casts that show no diversity. I'm not a big fan of that. However, we talking about Hollywood in the 60s, it kind of really wasn't none. So, you know, we're not seeing, you know, I don't expect to see Angela Bassett show up. I don't expect to see Gabby Sidibe show up. You know what I mean? Like, the black faces that be in the Ryan Murphy shit are not going to be in this. And that's okay. I don't love that, but it's pretty historically correct. Unless somebody is going to play Lena Horne or something, which I don't even know why that would even come into play, then ain't none. But yeah, I'm living for it. It's an anthology series too. I don't know if I'm going to review it next year because it's going to be Charles and Diana, and I don't even know if I agree with that. I'm like, it seemed like y'all put your best foot forward, like Bette and Joan. Good subject matter. Good people to talk about. Caddy. Ryan Murphy got the motherfucking gay demographic on motherfucking lockdown. Like, that motherfucker just keep coming up with the gayest motherfucking shows, and I live for him. I even like the New Normal, girl. Like, I did. I was living for the New Normal. I was mad that it got canceled because I liked that show. But we also know, after so long, Ryan Murphy ass started getting meta and sloppy. So we'll see. We'll see. But they already greenlit season 2, so we already know next season is Charles and Diana, so get into that. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm like so impressed with Jessica Lange and Susan Sarandon acting. And I mean, they got everybody on here is a fucking beast. I mean, when you got the Tooch, Stanley Tucci, you can't go wrong. You got the Tooch. You can't go wrong with that. Alfred Molina, underrated actor, out there doing his thing. Like I said, even the little girl from Mad Men, even as y'all know, it's rare for a child actor to be good, even though she used to be working my nerves on motherfucking Mad Men. But she was good as a kid, so as long as she was still studying her craft, she was gonna be fine. You know, the story about Bette Davis and how she married her co-star because she wasn't getting no parts. And, Yeah, but you like you said, Joan Crawford wasn't doing shit, and Bette Davis was doing Broadway, even though she wasn't headlining. But obviously, Bette Davis is the better actress. But it's cool, you know. I like it. I can't wait to see what's going on in the next episode. They decided to put their previews on Facebook. I don't play with that shit. Put the preview on the goddamn show, or else I don't need the preview. So I'll see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, same outfit. Because I'm not about to go buy no motherfucker old Hollywood shit to wear every week. I can't say I'm going to wear this all 9 weeks, but next week I'm going to have this shit back on. So it is what it is. And I'll post pictures to Instagram because I really ain't feeling like beating the mug and doing all that to take the glamours. I had cute shoes to go with this. I ain't even put the motherfuckers on. I ain't in the mood. So anyway, I want to thank y'all for rocking with me. Let me know what y'all felt about this. This is only the first episode too. Like, one thing I will say about Ryan Murphy, he has a flair for the dramatic. And I'm quite sure this is just the first episode and this was good. I know in a couple more episodes it's going to be fucking bananas and I can't fucking wait. So we'll talk more about that. Thank you for watching. If you are not already a Pink Lady or a T-Bird, become one now by subscribing. You can also check out my Patreon where there are subscriptions and what's the word I'm looking for? You don't just give me money, you get shit for it. We have that starting as low as $1 a month. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Deuces.